There will be absolutely no trees rolled tonight at Toomer's Corner. In a game where Auburn was favored by double digits, they let New Mexico State come in and absolutely handle them, losing 31-10.
The girls are currently in Fayetteville for a tough road test against the number 14 Arkansas Razorbacks. But Tiger fans, don't worry because they are back in Neville Arena on Sunday afternoon to take on Georgia.
2 months ago, Auburn football took down Cal. Tonight, Auburn women's basketball did not have the same success against the Golden Bears. Cal came into Neville Arena and took down the Tigers 67-53.
Auburn fans, the countdown is on. Basketball season kicks off in 21 days. Auburn basketball comes in at 15 in the preseason AP poll. The Tigers' first game will be an at-home matchup against George Mason on November 7th at 7 p.m.
This one's a tough one, but would you rather marry an Alabama fan or a Georgia fan?
It was a senior night to remember. With heightened emotions and an NCAA tournament spot on the line, the Auburn Tigers defeated the Tennessee Volunteers 79-70 at home in Neville Arena. After losing a 5-set thriller to number 2 Florida on Friday, number 24 Auburn volleyball claimed their first SEC win of the season over Ole Miss 3-1. Despite playing extremely physical and hanging in most of set 1, the Tigers dropped the first set to the Rebels 25-21, but they bounced back to win the next 3 sets. Leading the Auburn defense was Kentucky transfer Bella Bell, who racked up 7 blocks, as well as Chelsea Harmon, who led the team with 8 blocks. And it's no surprise sophomore standout Akasha Anderson led the Tigers in kills with 20. And not too far behind was Madison Shear, who got her 500th collegiate career kill in today's game. The fourth and final set was a nail-biter that ended with an overturned point in favor of Auburn, and a service error by Ole Miss' Julia Dias sealed the win for the Tigers, and they now improve to 11-2 on the season. And the player of the game has to go to Jackie Barrett, who recorded her 7th double-double of the season and a season-high 17 digs. A few of the girls stayed out on the court after the match to play with some of the younger Tigers, as it was Kids Day at Neville Arena. This has been Mikayla Kelly, Eagle Eye TV. There will be absolutely no trees rolled tonight at Toomer's Corner. In a game where Auburn was favored by double digits, they let New Mexico State come in and absolutely handle them, losing 31-10. It may be Thanksgiving break, but that did not stop Auburn fans from showing out to see the Tigers take on the Aggies of New Mexico State. Auburn entered the matchup 3-0 all-time. In the opening drive, a pair of pass interferences from the Auburn defense allowed the Aggies to move 75 yards on an 11-play drive, setting them up for a touchdown. A pass from Diego Pavia to David Cordell. The Tigers were forced to punt 2 of 3 drives in the first half, courtesy of 3 penalties. The flag became the star of the show as 19 penalties were committed by both teams combined. Things started to look up for Auburn in the second quarter as Peyton Thorne connected with Rivaldo Fairweather for a touchdown, his 6th this season. But New Mexico State answered right back with a field goal and went into the half up by 3. As night fell on Jordan-Hare, the Aggies came out firing as Pavia found Star Thomas in the end zone to put them up 17-7 to start the half. Then a couple drives later, Pavia's short pass to Eli Stowers put his team up by 2 scores. The Tigers lessened the score gap with an Alex McPherson field goal, his 18th consecutive, but it was not enough because after a failed onside kick, New Mexico State had perfect field position and Mikayla Young signed, sealed, and delivered with a 2-yard run to the end zone. New Mexico State upsets Auburn for the first time ever, 31-10. Here's what Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze said about the Aggies' performance and his team's lack of effort.
Jerry's a heck of a football coach. They had the right calls at the right time. They milked the clock. I mean, I bet we didn't have 40 offensive plays between the penalties that kept killing ourselves with that and them controlling the clock. So give them credit for that. But the effort we had was not what Auburn deserves.
This loss comes ahead of Auburn's toughest matchup this season as they host number 8 Alabama for the annual Iron Bowl. The Tigers look to upset the Tide in order to get their first 7-win season since 2019. Again, the final score tonight, New Mexico 31, Auburn 10. I'm Mikayla Kelly, Eagle Eye TV.